PEFC is going through a very exciting stage of its development. We currently have 43 national governing bodies, national systems, which are members of PEFC, and we also now have 27 international stakeholder members. Some of the very exciting stuff that's happened with PEFC is the recent endorsement of the Japanese forest certification system. Japan is a very exciting country because it actually imports about 80% of all of its wood needs. It's one of the largest importers in the world. That they now have brought in another 1.2 million hectares of certified forest through the recognition of SGEC. Other exciting developments which have taken place in PEFC is we've recently opened a support office in Vietnam. Vietnam is looking to become a member of the PEFC Council, and I have just recently also been in Thailand, where again a national forest certification system is in the process of being developed. It reinforces the basic principles which caused the creation of PEFC, the principles which particularly are shown through PEFC France, this adherence to a bottom-up approach, local stakeholders owning the standards, getting local consensus on the standards, and then seeking international recognition. One of the challenges that we now have, of course, is also to grow the number of chain of custodies, and that's something we really need to focus on. You have done some excellent work in France on that. You have the largest number of chain of custodies within the PEFC Council. We now need to take the experiences that have been learnt in France and export that to the rest of the world to show that certification can benefit stakeholders all through the supply chain. One of the things that we have become very aware of in PEFC is the necessity for us to think broader. Not necessarily broader in the sense of we now want to certify everything, but very clearly we will remain a forest certification. But to see our role in encouraging sustainable livelihoods throughout the landscape. Many forest owners are also farmers, so the concepts of agroforestry, trees outside forestry, are very, very important to us, and we have to make sure that our certification systems can integrate and flawlessly with other certification systems, or that we can cover at a landscape level trees outside forests and ensure that they are treated and given the same treatment on the marketplace as trees inside forests, as long as they are sustainably managed, as long as they meet all of the exacting requirements. We have a responsibility to ensure that the millions of people involved in sustainable livelihoods in the countryside, in Asia, in Africa, and here in Europe as well, and in North America, have access to forest certification. And that's something that we're now looking at very closely to increase the relevance, increase the value of PEFC, not only to existing stakeholders and existing forest owners and stakeholders within PEFC, but also to a whole new generation of stakeholders who wish to engage in our journey towards a vision of a world in which people manage forests and trees sustainably.